I'm Kimberly Kay with your entertainment report from MidHudsonNews.com. Actor Andy Griffith, whose portrayal of a small-town sheriff made The Andy Griffith Show one of American television's most enduring shows, has died at his North Carolina home. A longtime friend said the 86-year-old actor died at his home on Roanoke Island. Griffith created another memorable character, the folksy defense lawyer in Matlock in the 1980s and 90s, but it was his portrayal of Sheriff Andy Taylor on The Andy Griffith Show in the 1960s that gave him a place in U.S. television history. The show portrayed life in the friendly, slow-moving, fictional town of Mayberry, North Carolina, which was widely believed to have been based on Griffith's own hometown, Mount Airy, North Carolina. Now, Andy Griffith never won an Emmy for The Andy Griffith Show or Matlock. He never was even nominated. The only nomination he ever received was for a TV movie in 1981. In contrast, Don Knotts won 5 Emmys. Griffith told AP Radio in 1996 that he suspected he made it look too easy for him to be recognized. He said people thought he just went to the set and winged it. Well, Andrew Garfield wanted to play Spider-Man since he was 3 years old, but he's discovered that the dream is much different from the reality of wearing that tight costume. He says he had many issues with the costume. Garfield especially didn't like the workouts he had to do to fit into the suit. He says it was horrible because he's a lazy guy by nature. He jokes that the trainer was a nice guy but a terrible person, and he says the trainer is hiding from him because he will be murdered one day. The Amazing Spider-Man, of course, opened yesterday. David Arquette has opened a new nightclub named after his mom. Arquette tells Bethany Frankel on her talk show that the club is called Bootsy Bellows. He said his mom was a pinup girl who did nude modeling. He came across some of his mom's naked photos one day and asked her about it. He says she felt the human body is beautiful. Arquette says the club is singing and dancing and puppets because he's a weirdo who loves puppets. Arquette also has several new tattoos, including one of Wonder Woman. Well, to heck with hot dogs and hamburgers for July 4th. Eat a lobster. Yes, that's what Pete McElhaney suggests for the 4th of July. He's a Portland, Maine lobster dealer. There's such a glut of soft-shell lobsters, they're selling for bologna prices. One visitor from Texas was astounded and says it's as good as it gets, but the lobstermen aren't so happy. The oversupply has forced wholesale prices down, too. The lobsterman says the crustaceans are showing up in their traps weeks earlier than normal. Well, in local entertainment news, it is, of course, Independence Day, the 4th of July, and there is so much going on in every community that you can check right here for all of the fireworks at MidHudsonNews.com. That's your latest entertainment report. I'm Kimberly Kay.